Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining Doc's live webinar on leveraging SharePoint for collaboration and business productivity. My name is Heather Crouch, and I specialize in business growth and helping businesses find solutions to their IT collaboration challenges that really affect their mission-critical priorities. So today we'll be introducing Doc and our pre-built SharePoint intranet portal. I'll provide intranet portal examples and walk you through a live demonstration of how our custom solution can help leverage your business process. Upon the completion of the demo, I will then open it up for a question and answer with myself and some of our Microsoft SharePoint experts. But if at any time you guys have any questions during the webinar, please feel free to drop them in the chat section and one of our specialists will answer it promptly. So a little bit about Doc first. We are a Microsoft Gold certified partner and we specialize in SharePoint. We are based out of Jacksonville, Florida, and we've been in business a little over 16 years, working with various sized businesses and helping them meet their business needs and really solving their critical problems through custom intranet solutions. We've deployed hundreds of solutions for businesses utilizing from the ground up techniques, but we realized that a lot of businesses, especially small and mid-sized businesses, can't really afford to wait that 6 to 10 months of actually implementing an intranet collaboration tool. So that's why we created Doc, which is an intranet solution that is surprisingly customizable, but can be deployed within only 4 to 6 weeks. So what you're seeing here, this is your typical SharePoint out of the box. This is why a lot of businesses come to Doc. So they have the SharePoint out of the box and aren't really getting the results that they need to thrive within the market. So they realize that SharePoint can be a leveraging tool, but can't quite maximize the capabilities due to the clunky navigation of out-of-box SharePoint sites. So what we've really done to help solve these collaboration problems is simplify the user experience so that all employees can play their role in exceeding the mission-critical priorities. So there's a lot of business value that a pre-built SharePoint intranet solution like Doc can bring to your business. For instance, many businesses today don't realize how important collaboration is in the workforce. So with today's new generation of leaders and technologies, the marketplace is starting to really define itself by the ultra-mechanized sense of collaboration. And employees are becoming more empowered by how much they actually have a say in the business and define their roles in their company and their workplace happiness by how much value they feel that they're bringing to the company. So it's crucial for businesses not only to value collaboration, but to cherish it and to make it a daily practice and a part of their mission. This is why at Doc we've helped businesses to create that vision of vibrant and dynamic collaborative innovation. We've utilized out-of-the-box and custom-developed SharePoint capabilities to design this sense of business productivity and connectiveness. Through learning and collaborative innovation, we've designed custom SharePoint intranet solutions that fit your specific business needs and help you to stay connected, secure, up-to-date, and competitive within the market, no matter what type of technological device you use to reach your workforce goals. So some of the main value components of Doc that the overall increased communication and collaboration throughout the workforce, regardless of location, department, role, or any other distinguishing factor that may make communication a challenge. We've helped to simplify that with other businesses so that everyone can work together with no problems. Another component is a simplified user experience. SharePoint is one of the main resources used in business growth today, but a lot of businesses are finding that the out-of-box SharePoint capabilities are so clunky and really difficult to use. So at Doc, we pride ourselves on simplifying the user experience, whether you're viewing, editing, maintaining the site. So as you can see, there's a lot of value propositions that Doc can bring to your business, but the last key component that we've seen with many businesses is the fact that it can be deployed so quickly and adopted by your employees very quickly. With Doc being a pre-built intranet solution, deployment time to have the site up and running and creating value for your business usually runs anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks, depending on your specific requirements, and the adoption rate skyrockets with Doc as we train our clients on how to use, edit, maintain, and change the site. As a part of our unlimited support, we make sure employees know how to really maximize the site and make sure that they're increasing their business productivities. So we've worked with hundreds of businesses over the years, and one of the most common problems is the minimal amounts or complete lack of collaboration. So in today's society, collaboration is a competitive advantage. It's one of the strongest components that your business can bring to the marketplace. And at Doc, we've really helped businesses to get everyone involved and working together through a collaborative platform, which is Sharepoint. Which leads me to my next point. In order to create a sense of collaborative innovation throughout the workforce, there must first be established a relationship, or essence, and a procedure, or form. Let me explain. So one of New York Times' top-selling authors, Ken Blanchard, really put collaboration into perspective. He said there's essence and there's form. So essence is heart to heart and values to values, and form is how you're going to do it. So he said, be careful if someone is always wanting to address form first, because essence has to come first. In other words, if you have to build a relationship before you can start doing the work, using collaborative innovation through technology can simplify the process of building professional relationships. Businesses can build a sense of trust and comfort throughout the workforce by knowing a little bit more about the people they're actually working with. For instance, what they look like, when their birthday is. This is really something that helps to assure that that there's a strong relationship between your employees and encourage employees to feel comfortable working together. Another part of making sure that your team is collaborating efficiently is to make sure that you're really satisfying their needs and desires. So one way to establish a sense of collaboration within your business is to have a centralized one-stop shop for business productivity that meets your corporate needs. So at Doc, we value your needs and provide the option for you to customize the site to your own branding, your own requirements, and your own look and feel. So the next few slides are going to be a few of the custom layouts we've designed to meet other businesses' needs. So as you can see, the look and feel is completely custom to this business. And then this one's completely different from the other ones based off of their business needs. And same with this one. All right, so with that, we are going to actually go into the demo side of it. So what you're seeing here is a live screen, live demo site we have running on Office 365. Everything can be completely custom to look however you want and look and feel however you want, so like some of the other examples that we showed. So right here you have the carousel control where you can really embed videos and be able to get across any type of communication that you want throughout your entire company. This is the main site they'll use to log in and be able to access upcoming events, news, any different videos, controls there. You also have your main alerts, something that we've built to make sure that everyone's communicating, everyone knows of the importance of important events like maintenance coming up. So on the right here, we've developed a My Tools section, which will help you to be able to make sure that your employees are actually putting in their say. So their workforce happiness is going to increase because they're going to feel like they're actually putting in their worth and being able to access their most used applications, and that way that they can reach their resources. And you can have it set up to where if you're in IT, you won't have to see marketings. It will be only custom to whoever is logged in. Upcoming events. Be able to make sure all of your employees are going to your very important events that you have coming up. They can see them here on the home site and actually add them to their calendar by simply clicking the download button, and it'll bring up the meeting invite, just like this. So down here, we've actually developed a Let's Celebrate section, which kind of helps with putting that name to the face. So helping build that relationship that I mentioned previously, knowing who you're working with, knowing when it's their birthday, or knowing how long they've been working with the company, as they have various different work anniversaries located here. Just really helps build that relationship before you can establish a sense of form where you're working with that person. Can also integrate social media anywhere into the site so that all of your employees can stay up to date on what's going on. And If you guys aren't already using Yammer, we can also integrate it into here. Highly recommend it as a collaborative tool to be able to create groups and communicate with those specific groups, kind of in like a chat room sense, where you can make sure everybody knows what's going on within that unit of the company. So news and announcements will help you to be able to get across any type of news you have going on within the company. You can even feature your news so that any important news articles will be located on any article that you pull up so that everyone will be able to see them. Employee directory, if you guys have a lot of employees, or just really to help put a name with a face, comes from your Active Directory or SharePoint user profile, so you don't have to repopulate it into the site. But it helps you to really get that sense of communication where you can immediately talk to whoever's in here. You can call, email them, chat with them, and you can even set up in the back end, very simple, by editing the page. And you can see which different views you want, or even set up your fields that you want shown here. Policies and procedures really helps you to make sure all of your employees are staying compliant, and so that everybody's putting in their say, everybody knows how they're supposed to do it, you know, their different business processes. Right now we have it set up in, we highly recommend tagging so you can easily find what you're looking for. Right now we have it set up by department, so if you're in human resources, you can click human resources and it'll come up with all of your HR related documents. You can also have your employee handbook so everybody knows what's going on up to date, integrated here into the site nice and cleanly, so that's ease of access. We've also created these various different departmental sites, so to make sure that all of your employees are coming in, putting in their say, sharing their documents, organizing their documents, within their own different business units or own different departments, we've created unlimited department sites. So I'll just go into a couple and show you how it kind of works. So what I'm pulling up now, this is a design we've created for the sales portal. So you can come in here and set it up however you really want, by department or by your specific sales needs or departmental needs. So right now you can have your various documents, you can be able to manage your marketing materials, everything's nice and organized. You can have your own specific events to your different you know, sales team, and upload your documents and share them here. That way everyone is collaborating and making sure that they're working on the same you know, on the same page, and you can see all of the version history of the documents so that everyone is up to date. So that was just an example of what a departmental site might look like. They can all look however you want. We have also developed a training or mini LMS system, so that way that all of your employees, whenever they're new hires and they're coming on, or throughout the year if they have to take trainings, they make sure that they know what's going on and they are up to date. They know everything, you know, how all the procedures are supposed to work. So once this is the training dashboard, and you can assign different trainings to different employees, have different deadlines and all of those sorts of things here. And then once you come into the actual training itself, it'll list all of the different content, videos. It'll even have a quiz down at the bottom where your employees can come in and take a quiz and receive immediate feedback from the quiz. And then that way the meeting organizer, whoever training organizer, will be able to see all of the feedback, who's taken the test, what they received on the quiz, right here in the little report. Alright, so we also do have an IT ticketing, so if you have any requests for your IT team, or we can also create it for HR team, you can send over a request by filling out a simple form. Which we have over here on the home page. I'll just show you an example. So they'll fill out a form kind of like the time off request, where they'll come in and fill out all the fields, and then they will submit it. And then once they submit the form, so this is the form here, or an example of one, it will go to the IT team and they will receive it in little card views like this. and then they'll be able to assign it to specific employees, be able to put a due date on it, mark the priority status, and you'll be able to see the status of the actual ticket itself, if it's resolved and stuff. We do also have a locations portal, so making sure that you're not just communicating with the people in your office, but communicating to those out in the field or those in the other locations that you have is something important too, as you're working towards a common goal. So right here you have the locations dashboard, and then once you come into the location, you will see all of the main location details, main contacts, upcoming events within that company, and just be able to make sure you're staying up to date and know, if you have to go visit this location, if you need to stay in a hotel, what's nearby, and all of those sorts of things. So employee resources is something that we have designed to make sure that, typically managed by HR, but to make sure that employees are receiving all the information that they need to know. So for instance, if they have questions on payroll and benefits, or if they have questions on their holidays and time off, they can come into the employee resources page, easily be able to access them, communicate with the HR team, and make sure that everyone's on the same page about all of those things. Now, this is another example of a departmental site, or it can be by business unit, however you want it set up. This is the HR design, or can be designed to your own way. But we have a employee onboarding and offboarding system that we've created to make sure that all employees, new hires, are coming in and creating that value for the company as soon as possible. So the ramp up time is a lot faster. Being able to organize all the documents and assigning tasks to people based on the new hires. So for instance, you'll see a dashboard like this where you'll have a list of all of your different employees, and then you can come into the details, details will just show you a little bit more information about the employee, like this. And then if you come into the actual onboarding or offboarding, it'll show you all of the tasks where you can assign them to different people and all of the statuses of the tasks, and you can do that directly from here. If you've already created tasks, you can import those as well, just so everybody's staying organized. So we do have so everything you've seen is what we've designed for a lot of businesses for an enterprise solution, business solution for everyone to communicate and collaborate efficiently. We do also have other add-on capabilities that we've deployed with other businesses that really help with automating the business process and making sure that everybody's on task, staying up to date with what's going on. First we'll go into project management. So this is the dashboard of the projects. We are working on making it a little bit more intuitive here. But once you come into the projects, you'll be able to see a list of projects here. And then once you click the specific project, you'll be able to see all of the tasks pertaining to that project, all of the completion statuses, be able to assign them to specific employees. They will be notified that they have been assigned to this via email. And they can come in and change the status, see I'm working on it, pending, all of those sorts of things. And then I have their documents here and all of the updates pertaining to that specific task. So for instance, if you want someone to review or try again or something, I don't know, whatever your update needs to be, you can type it here and tag somebody in it and then hit the update, and it'll immediately show up here. This Adele, who I tagged, will immediately be updated that she needs to come in and make a change. Then you can also upload your files pertaining to that specific task here, so it's easy to find, and see all of the history. So see, I just told Adele to try again, so you can see that history of that task here. That's the latest thing. There's also different views, so instead of just seeing a task list here, you can come in and have a board view where you can see the list of tasks and be able to move them around and have them just a little bit easier to see on the eyes. You can also have a calendar view so that everyone can say, oh, it's the 20th, I have something coming up on the 29th that's due, I need to get on that. Just have everything there. You can also have documents by the entire project itself. So if I'm under product development, this is all the documents for the product development project, not just for the task. So that way, if you're looking, you don't know which task it's under, you can find everything here. Another thing that we've built to help with the business automation and making sure everybody's working together and staying up to date is a contract management solution. I do want to reiterate everything is built onto SharePoint here that I am demonstrating. So this is the contract dashboard. You'll be able to see all of the which contracts are expiring soon, the total monetary value of the contracts, a little bit of a rundown of what's going on here. Once you come into the contracts, you'll be able to see the contract list, whatever the name of the contract is, the status of the contract, the expiring date, risk levels, and then once you hover over the risk, let's see what, it'll tell you the level and then the amount. So then once you click on the actual contract itself, you can see, you can manage your fields, so contract name, contract number, priority status, vendor name, excuse me, and then the type, the effective date, expiring date, contract amount, risk levels, group, if it has an associated contract, so if you have like a master service agreement or something you need to link it to, you can have that here and just click it. Then you can have active status, location. This is just all of the details of the contract. Then this is the contract tasks, so you can assign different tasks to people and be able to see the completion statuses, and they'll be immediately notified of different tasks they're assigned. You can also see the documents pertaining to the contract and add them here. All of the notes, so for instance you need to let somebody have somebody review it or have somebody looking at it, you would just say please review, and then you can even tag somebody or just say please review by IT, and then you just hit update and it'll show up down here. Then if you did have the related contracts, you'll be able to see them listed here, and you can also see a history of what's going on, kind of like in the project management we saw, seeing what was the last thing that happened with a specific contract. So the vendors, this is your vendor list, so it'll tell you the type of service, the main contact information, phone number, email, and then you'll be able to see like the rating and the risk levels, all of those sorts of things. Same thing, if you come in and click on it, you'll be able to manage the details with the vendors, just like I showed on the contracts. And then you have your reports, which right now we have it with, it's a Power BI report, so it's very interactive. So once you can select which department you want shown, or you can have it by everybody, and it's very interactive. You can click around, it'll move around for you, and you can just organize it by, see it changes when you click on different departments or business units. So that's just a brief overview of the contracts. Then one last thing that I want to demonstrate today is the Insta Expense app. So we have built this app in Power Apps to make sure that you're on track with all of your expenses. It is a mobile application, but we also do have a web version. So your employees can come in and submit their expenses, be able to manage their current expenses, or see which ones have been approved or denied. So once they come in to submit an expense, you just add a person to submit it or a person to approve it, and you go to create a new one. And then you'll just type in the description, so we'll just say miles, drove to see a client or something, and then you'll just type miles. And actually we've set it up to where if you drove 50 miles, it'll calculate the rate for you. And then you can even go in and click add receipt photos. Right now I have my finger over the screen, but so tap to take a picture, and then you upload it, and then there it is. So it'll automatically be associated with that expense. And then you would just go to submit it, or you can add various different expenses. See, this is your expense report here, so you can go and add another one, and then once you have the list of all the ones you want here, you can submit for approval, or you can do it individually, but we find it's a lot easier to be able to, if you're submitting a bunch, just go ahead and list them out and submit for approval. Alright, so that is all that I have today. So if you would like to dive deeper into Doc and see how it can help increase your specific employee collaboration and automate your business processes, please visit our website at www.mydoc365.com and request your free demo and consultation today. But at this time, I'd like to open it up for question and answers. So if you guys have any questions, you can drop them in the chat or just go ahead and say them out loud.
Heather, can you hear me?
I can, yes.
This is Bob Pickert. I lost the visual part. I never really did see any of the slides. But I wanted to ask you, if you have an existing SharePoint site, you talked about the learning management system. Is it possible to integrate some pieces or modules of what you guys have done into what we already have? Or it kind of sounded like your thought was that people can modify and develop their whatever we work with you to get through Doc. We can continue to modify the site and do some things on our own. So what I was wondering is if we could integrate a piece or pieces of what you've done, such as the learning management system.
Sure. Joe, do you want to answer that?
Okay. So yeah, you can implement. You don't have to implement the whole thing. You can implement bits and pieces. For example, you just want only learning management. You can very well implement that. And what kind of SharePoint do you have? It's on-prem?
In this case, no, it's not on the company's SharePoint site. It's on a third party's company's SharePoint site, but it's going to get migrated to the company site.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it can be done either. I mean, it's all plug and play, so you can really have learning management or project management, contract management, just intranet portal. So you can pick and choose what you really want.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
No problem.
Would anybody else like to ask a question?
So just to clarify this, I mean, what we are showing right now is everything is on Office 365, but our solution, not all, but most of them really, the intranet portal support, the on-prem too, like, SharePoint 2013, 2016, and 2019, which is coming up, will support that. But any older SharePoint, we don't. So SharePoint, Office 365, SharePoint 2013 and 2016 will support.
Yes, we have recorded today's presentation and we will be sending a video link either today or early next week. Does anyone have any other questions? Okay. Looks like we got someone typing. Sure, no problem. Thank you for joining us. All right, if there are no other questions, we'll go ahead and end the meeting. If you guys think of any questions, please feel free to email me. My contact information is on the website. I thank you again. Have a great day.